Close your eyes for a moment, and imagine waking up without the hum of traffic. No buzzing phones, no deadlines, just wind rustling through trees, the distant cry of an eagle, and your heartbeat, steady and calm. But here's the twist, these escapes? They're not across the globe, they're right here, hidden in plain sight across the United States. From landscapes that feel like portals to another planet, to trails so untouched it's like time stood still. We're about to count down 10 of the most nature-filled destinations for the ultimate escape. Places where Wi-Fi weakens but your connection to the world deepens. And trust me, you haven't heard of most of these, at least not like this. So before you scroll past or click away, just know one of these places, it could change how you see everything. Let's begin, but fair warning, the deeper we go, the harder it'll be to come back. First up, North Cascades National Park in Washington. It's often called the American Alps. But unlike the Alps, the crowds never came. Just 3 hours from Seattle, the North Cascades are home to jagged peaks, glacier-fed lakes, and over 300 glaciers, more than any other US park outside Alaska. But here's the strange part, almost nobody goes. You'll find trails where you're entirely alone for hours, maybe even days. In a world addicted to speed, North Cascades whispers something else, slow down, or you'll miss it. And what you might miss next could be the most surreal sight of the journey. Number 2, Great Sand Dunes National Park, Colorado. Imagine walking through a desert, with snow-capped peaks looming behind you. Great Sand Dunes National Park is a surreal contradiction. Colorado's tallest mountains standing guard behind America's tallest sand dunes. The dunes stretch for miles. You can hike them, sandboard them, or just watch as shadows dance with the rising sun. But the real magic? It happens at night. This park is a certified dark sky destination, and when the moon disappears, the Milky Way appears like someone spilled paint across the heavens. What's coming next, though, will take you far from deserts, and deep into something far older. So here's our next stop, Conger National Park, South Carolina. It's actually the largest intact expanse of old-growth bottomland hardwood forest in the southeastern United States. Conger is, well, kind of like a cathedral of trees. Towering loblolly pines and bald cypress rise like these silent giants above the swampy floor. You'll paddle through floodplains where time, honestly, moves like molasses. And if you're lucky, you can watch fireflies put on synchronized light shows in spring. But here's what's really eerie. Step off the boardwalk, and the silence thickens. It's a silence that feels sentient. You get the sense something ancient is watching, and it's been watching for centuries. So, what's next? Well, it's a place where fire and ice still dance. Alright, number 4, Lassen Volcanic National Park, right here in California. You know, most people head straight for Yosemite. But honestly, they miss this spot. Lassen Volcanic is actually one of the only places on Earth where you'll find all 4 types of volcanoes together in a single park. Plug dome, shield, cinder cone, and stratovolcano. Steam vents hiss, boiling mud pots bubble. The Earth really breathes here, and yeah, it's not exactly subtle about it. If you hike the cinder cone trail, you'll swear you're walking on another planet. It's cratered, black, and just totally otherworldly. But the real question is, when will Lassen erupt again? Scientists are watching, like really closely. Meanwhile, you might just catch the moment the Earth exhales. So who would have thought that one of the most stunning natural wonders in America hides in Lake Superior? The Apostle Islands aren't just islands, they're stories carved in sandstone. In the summer, you can kayak through winding sea caves. And in winter, if the lake freezes just right, you can walk through frozen chambers that shimmer like crystals. This place doesn't play by the rules. One year it's accessible. The next, nature says no. That unpredictability, it's what makes this place unforgettable. But let's leave the cold now, and head into the warm, wild heart of the South. You'll hear the name, Okafinoi Swamp, Georgia, and then you'll wonder if it's even real. Okafinoi is more than a swamp. It's a blackwater wilderness that spans over 400,000 acres. Spanish moss drips from trees, alligators float like logs, and as the sun sets, frogs begin their chorus, echoing through the mist. Paddle here, and it feels like the world forgot this place existed. And honestly, it did. But what's most haunting? The reflections. Water so still the sky duplicates perfectly beneath your boat. You won't know where the real world ends, and the mirror begins. Now brace yourself, we're heading to a forest with no end. One of the most underrated forests in America is also, well, one of its most haunted. Denali National Forest stretches over 500,000 acres, with these towering trees, deep gorges, and a sense of backcountry solitude. But you know, there's something else. Locals whisper about what they call the Black Forest effect. It's this strange calm that overtakes hikers. Some folks call it peace, others, something a little more mysterious. And every autumn, the forest just turns into this fiery canvas of oranges and reds. But hey, don't linger too long. As the fog creeps in and the light fades, Denali doesn't just welcome you, it keeps you. And now we head to a place where mountains meet, the moon. Welcome to Big Bend National Park in Texas, one of the most remote parks in the United States. No, seriously, cell service? Forget it. Towns? Pretty sparse. Civilization? That's more of a rumor out here. But honestly, in Big Bend, that's the gift. Towering cliffs, the Rio Grande cutting through these canyons, and trails that just feel like they belong to no one but you. At night, the stars absolutely dominate. This park has some of the darkest skies in the continental United States, and that silence? It's not empty, it's alive. But, you know, some hikers say they've heard things out there, whispers, footsteps, and no one in sight. Don't worry, it's probably just the wind. Probably. But what's next? A forest where giants still walk. Number 9. Redwoods National and State Parks, California. You don't walk through a redwood forest, you shrink into it. Some of these trees are over 2,000 years old. They've seen empires fall and rise. And when the mist rolls in, it doesn't just cover the ground, it wraps around the trunks like a veil, ancient, protective, almost holy. You'll find the world's tallest trees here. One is over 380 feet tall, and yet, they make no sound. It's humbling, standing beneath something so massive, so still, and so alive. You'll want to whisper even when you're alone. And sometimes, it feels like the trees are listening. Not judging, not threatening, just remembering. The deeper you go into the redwoods, the more you'll feel like time has stopped keeping track. But don't settle into that peace just yet, because our last destination is like stepping into another world altogether. We've saved the most untamed for last. 6 million acres of wilderness. No marked trails, no fences, no boundaries. Just nature, raw, wild, and honestly, breathtaking. Denali is home to North America's tallest peak, towering 20,310 feet into the clouds. But you know, the real story here isn't just the mountain, it's the silence. The kind of silence that hums in your bones. That strips everything unnecessary away until all that's left is you and the earth. Caribou wander freely, grizzlies lumber across valleys, wolves watch from the distance. And you're a guest. No more. Most visitors never see the summit, hidden behind clouds 70% of the time. But if you're lucky and patient, the mountain might reveal itself, not for long, just enough to change you. 10 places, 1,000 stories, and each one asks you to do the same thing. Unplug, slow down, and remember what it means to be alive. Maybe you felt it before, that strange ache for something quieter, deeper, not a vacation, not a break, but a return to something real. These places aren't just destinations, they're reminders that even in a world obsessed with speed, screens, and noise, there are still pockets of stillness waiting for you. But here's the thing. You can't just watch this video, you have to go. Pick one, just one. Maybe it's a place you've never heard of, or maybe it's one you've dreamed of since childhood. Book the ticket, pack the bag, turn off the phone. Because you don't find the wild by accident, you find it when you're ready, and maybe that time is now. That time is... If this video sparks something in you, share it. Not for the likes, not for the algorithm, but because maybe someone else needs that reminder too. Hit subscribe for more stories from the edge of the map. And let us know in the comments, where would you escape to first?